I don't care if it's a week, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? LeBron James. That's who y'all got to start appreciating. And you got to stop disrespecting this man. You got A.J. Brown, who's a legit number one, and you got Julio, who's a legit number one. One of them dudes got to get double teamed. Who gonna get double teamed? And whoever gets double teamed, the other one gets the ball. I'm saying this with no pun intended, but full of pride. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is Monday. You know what that means. I got my boy Mike, one of Chicago's finest in the motherfucking building. Mike, how you doing, my guy?
Oh man, I'm doing good. Other than yesterday watching the Bears get slaughtered in the rain and the cold. And one good thing was that stadium was halfway empty. So hopefully they see something and we get a change, man. Because yesterday was brutal. So
I believe it, Brody. I'm 110%. I mean, I was watching that game and I watched a little bit of it. I was laughing. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I laughed. I laughed a lot. But I will be honest with y'all. Y'all hung up 22, and y'all did keep it somewhat competitive.
I mean,
so
that was garbage time points. It was.
Oh no, in some points, yeah, in some points, but I feel like there was some good to take from it, a little bit. But before we get to the Sunday recap, the Golden State Warriors, Phoenix Suns. Right now, the Phoenix Suns are the number 1 seed in the West, followed by Golden State. They both have the same record, 19-4. In terms of the head-to-head matchups, they're the same. They're 1-1. So, Mike, let me ask you the $1 million question. Oh, by the way, I lied. The Warriors are the number 1 seed, which go figure. But Mike, who do you think is the best team in the NBA right now?
I gotta say the Warriors because they are number 1 in the NBA without 2 of their best players in Wiseman and Klay Thompson. So I gotta give it to the Warriors, but the Suns is right there. It's just that the Suns are healthy and the Warriors are not. So I gotta give it to the Warriors. I wanted to say the Bulls, but I'm gonna pump that.
You definitely, I was about to say you definitely can't say the Bulls. Look, for me, and I like both teams. I really do. Right. I think they're both great teams. They have great role players. What I like about what I think really sets this team above everybody else. Everyone knows their role.
Who, the Warriors?
I'm talking about the Warriors and the Suns.
Oh.
Everyone knows their role, and they have guys, you know what I mean, who do their roles perfectly and don't try to go out and prove, oh yeah, I'm better than anybody else. Like, one of the problems that the Utah Jazz is having is that for some unknown reason, Donovan Mitchell feels like he still has to go out and prove that he's legit. You know what I mean? Like, and that's kind of shooting them in the foot. You know what I mean? One of the Lakers' biggest problems, no one knows their role, especially with their big three. The Clippers with it basically just being Paul George. Now these role players need to step up, and no one's really comfortable in being able to do that consistently. Kind of the same thing with the Nuggets. With all the injuries they're having, it's like, they're kind of in this weird place. So I'm going to go with the Warriors. Excuse me. I'm going with the Warriors, and you hit it right on the head. They are tied with the best record in the entire league with the Suns. They're 1-1 against the Suns. However, they're doing all this without James Wiseman, who is very pivotal to what Golden State is doing. Because for the first time in a long time, they have a big man who they can comfortably put out there.
Yes, sir.
People forget that when they had Andrew Bogut and David Lee, when it got tough, when times got tough, they wouldn't start them.
Yeah.
This is where that small ball lineup came from. Because when a lot of times, like when all that stuff was happening, Draymond was at the 5. Draymond was at the 5, and Iggy was out there. So it's like when they did this whole small ball lineup thing, people need to understand, like they haven't really had a legitimate big man enter James Wiseman, a youngster who, even though he's a big man, he can keep up with the tempo, which is what's very, very important for any big man to be successful inside this Golden State system. In order to be successful, you need to be able to keep up and you need to keep that tempo. James Wiseman can do that. And obviously, all this goes without saying, they don't even have Clay. 19-4. They have a point differential of plus 12.3. 12.3. In terms of like a positive plus minus point differential, they're the only team in the entire NBA to have a positive double-digit point differential.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now.
The next closest is the Utah Jazz, and they're at a plus 9.2. That is the absolute closest. The Golden State Warriors also, in terms of defensively, believe it or not, they have the lowest average opponent points per game. They give up, on average, a little over 100 points, 100.8 points.
Yeah.
The next closest, if I'm not mistaken, is 104.
Yeah, the Utah Jazz.
Again, the Jazz, 104.8. That is the next closest. Then
no,
after that,
it's the Miami Heat, 104.5.
So the Heat got 1.1.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Cleveland.
So it's
Cleveland?
You said what?
Cleveland got 102.
Oh, they must have updated this. I looked at this yesterday and it wasn't like that. They must have updated it. So yeah, wow, 102 to Cleveland. That actually isn't that not surprising?
They playing good. And then I even see the Nuggets at 103.9.
I feel bad because look at their differential. It's literally 0.1. Oh my god. Who was it that had a 0-point differential? The Spurs, that's who it was. The Spurs has a 0.0 point differential. Like they're averaging 107.7 points per game, and their opponents on them is averaging 107.7 points per game. We gotta get Popovich out of there. We gotta get him out. I feel bad for Pop. But I mean, in terms of the Warriors, look, man. The last two, they're 8-2. I like Golden State. I really do. I like them a lot. And again, they're doing all this. They're having all this success. Again, without their best player, or their second best player, you want to argue? And James Wiseman, what? You want to say he's like what, their fourth, fifth best player?
Yeah, I'd probably say third. I think he's better than Draymond. As right now, better than Draymond. And
what about Jordan Poole? What about Jordan Poole? See, that's where it gets sticky. That's where it gets sticky.
Yeah, that's you right.
You know what I mean? Because the way Jordan Poole's playing right now, he deserves to be a top pick. But again, homeboy is nice. It's tough, bro. 100%. It is just tough. But regardless, two of their top 5 players on that team, no matter what way you want to put them, is missing, and they're going out there and literally dominating. Yeah. I just don't see how you can give it to anybody else.
Yeah, and the West is just wide open. Like, I mean, it's not wide open. I just feel like it's between the Warriors and the Suns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, like the Grizzlies, I'm not really too. So yeah,
you were like, yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. But not for the Grizzlies. Look, I don't think the Grizzlies. Look, I think at the end of the year they will be in the play-in. I do believe that, but I do genuinely believe if they get out of the play-in that first round, they're going to be a handful. Do I think they'll get out? No, but I do think if the Grizzlies get out of the play-in, they're going to be a handful for whatever team plays them.
Yeah, and I hope the Lakers don't fire their coach. I feel like they using their coach as a scapegoat. Rob Pelinka knew once he put that team together, that team was not going to work.
Hey, come on, bro, you're getting A lot of the dudes you're getting are non-defensive. Wayne Ellington, when has he ever been a lockdown defender?
Yeah.
Kent Bazemore, when has he ever been a lockdown defender?
Like,
it's like
I think LeBron would have way more championship if he just sat down and just built his team out the right way. Stop throwing these guys together thinking it's gonna work. Like, I think he could at least had 6 championship rings if he would have sat down and put his team together. If he would have sat here and put this team together, other than getting Russell Westbrook, man, this Lakers team would have been something special.
I agree with you. Look, in terms of this Lakers team, I'll be honest with you.
I don't know what the hell they got going on.
I don't know what the hell they thought. Whoever thought this was a great idea, you should be banned from talking basketball. And again, I say this knowing LeBron James he had a lot to do with it. Why would you go get Russell Westbrook? And again, Mike, we've talked about this before, and I asked people this, and mind you, there was a whole bunch of people who said, "Oh yeah, it'll work." And I was in the beginning, I was one of the few people that say, "Look, we have no evidence to believe it'll work." The last time Russ was with a ball dominant player was in Houston, and he had the most team success he's had ever since Kevin Durant left. He lasted 1 season and left. Why? His words, he wants the ball in his hands more. And that's not speculation or conjecture. When they asked him, he said straight up the reason he wants out is because he wants the ball in his hands more.
That's why he left Washington.
Same thing with, because, bro, and you can see it. Him and Bradley Beal used to argue on the bench because Russ would want the ball more. And Bradley would be like, "Bro, I'm cooking.
Yeah.
I'm cooking, son. Like, why give you the ball if I'm cooking?"
Yeah, I thought this team could do something just off the strength that I feel like LeBron James would find a way. But then I looked at it. Russell Westbrook probably had play with the most talented players and still haven't won jack. So that's why I got to think like, maybe
exactly. Like, think about it. You play like when he played with James Harden. James Harden was what, a top 5 player at the time?
Think of
de facto.
In the last 10 years, he arguably played with 4 top 10 players. Kevin Durant,
yes.
James Harden,
yes.
Bradley Beal.
Yes.
No, 5. LeBron James, Anthony Davis.
And here's the thing. What sucks about it is just the fact that for some unknown reason, they don't fit. And since they don't fit, instead of trying to make them fit, they're just like, "Oh, it is what it is." Yeah. Again, this is why I genuinely believe that the Warriors and the Phoenix Suns are the best team, not just in the West, but in the entire league. It goes back to what I said earlier. Everyone has a role, and everyone does their role. It's like you have a job. Like Chris Paul, you're not in New Orleans anymore, dog.
Yeah.
You're not even in LA. You're not even Clipper Paul anymore, bro. We just need you to go out there, facilitate the offense. Give us a couple points here and there. You know what I mean? Give us at least 10 points per game. Your main thing is assists. That's enough for me.
And that's what he's been doing. Feed Book and feed Aiden. And when we need you to do your mid-range, go ahead.
Exactly. That's really all it was. What they told Paul, they were like, "Look, bro, when the offense gets stagnant, who do you give it to? D-Book." And it's like, "Yo, Devin Booker, bro, when we need to go on, or like we need someone to just carry us for a few possessions, you're that dude. DeAndre Eaton, bro, you're the big man. Not only you got to hold it down, but we need to make sure that they pack the paint to give our shooters ample opportunity. Jay Crowder, you're a 3-and-D guy. Cameron Payne, you're dog shit. Get the fuck out of here. We're not talking about you.
Nah, it's right.
Mikal Bridges, you're like Mikal Bridges. You're a younger Jay Crowder, and what I mean by that is not in terms of talent, in terms of when we say Jay Crowder's a 3-and-D guy, yeah, you're a much better younger. You're a 3-and-D guy, but you're younger, so you should have more energy.
I don't think they told campaign like this campaign. Just when you in the game, don't turn the ball over. Just
don't get in the way.
Don't get in the way.
Don't be you.
Yeah.
Don't be you.
Mikal Bridges, go out there, defend, knock down open threes. Same with Jay Crowder. What's the big man? Cam Johnson, you are energy guy off the bench.
Yeah.
JaVale McGee protect the paint. Everybody know their role. So
And same thing with Golden State. Draymond, now that Steph is back, guess what? You don't gotta go and you don't gotta do the
too
whole
much.
thing. That whole you need to carry. You don't gotta do that at all.
Rebound,
Your
defend,
rebound, and you know what I mean.
and
When Steph needs a
facilitate.
break, you run the floor. Steph, go give us 45 every night.
Jordan Poole,
Shit.
you ain't Klay Thompson. Don't do too much. Just hit the
But
shot
just
when
hold
you
it down
open.
until he comes back. And that's the thing. These
And
guys,
Andrew Wiggins, just make your shots.
Andrew
Make your
Wiggins.
shots.
And here's the thing, Andrew Wiggins, you average 15, you're good. We ain't gonna complain at you. You average 15, we ain't gonna complain. We'll let it rock. Like I'm looking at the Gary Payton. Look, your father was a defensive player. Go be a defensive
I
player.
love Gary Payton.
Yes, I love Gary Payton.
He gave. I seen them play the Bulls. I'm like, yeah, he was giving Zach LaVine problems on the defensive end.
No defense, and again, offensively, he's solid. About 7 points per game, 68% field goal percentage, and 40% from three. So he's making them. He's just not getting the opportunities. Why? Because that's not his role. He knows his role, and I've been telling people, you can have a team that on paper is not as talented as somebody else. But, for instance, Golden State on paper is not as talented as the Lakers. On paper. I've always said this. If you have a team full of guys who know their roles and know themselves, they can hang with anybody.
Yeah.
And not only is Golden State in the Phoenix Suns hanging, they are everybody. It's to the point where I genuinely believe who comes out of the West wins the finals.
Yeah, one of those two.
And that's really what I think. I mean, maybe Brooklyn has a chance, maybe. And I'll be honest, even with Kyrie, I don't think Kyrie will make that much of a difference. Against these two dudes, against these two teams, against the Phoenix Suns and Golden State, I don't know if he would make that much of a difference.
Yeah,
that's just me. I don't think he would make that much of a difference.
Because if you look at it, they didn't play together that much last year.
Anyway.
So they just, depending on when he played this year, they still
and they would still have to learn together. Exactly. They would still have to learn how to play with each other this year. Now, the only reason why I don't think it'll be that bad is because each of them does something different. Yeah. We've seen Kevin Durant say, you know what, I'll take plays off, you guys handle. We've seen him do that. So I'm pretty sure for these two guys, he'll do it. James Harden.
We've seen KD do that. We never saw Kyrie and Harden do that.
Right, but here's the thing. With Harden being the distributor, I'm pretty sure when things start getting a little iffy, then they'll give the ball over to Kyrie. Yeah. I always thought that, they would give this is where I think the Nets, in order for the Nets to be successful, this is what I think it is. KD needs to be their leading scorer, followed by James Harden, and James Harden needs to lead the team in assists, and Kyrie Irving should be averaging about 15 points per game. Not to say that he's trash.
Yeah, I know. I'm laughing because his ego won't let him do that.
And that is the problem. Of the big three, and no matter what big three you look at, there's always that one dude who has to sacrifice. They have to sacrifice. If you go over to the Boston Celtics, when it was Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen, who had to sacrifice? Ray Allen. He had to become a glorified jump shooter to the point that if you just started watching basketball, you forgot this dude was a freaking dunk machine. You forgot who he was with the Suns. You forgot who he was with the Bucks. You forgot about all that stuff. Yeah, he had to sacrifice.
Same with Miami. People forgot about Chris Bosh.
Chris Bosh was a no doubt 110% all-star guy. No debate. Arguably, people say he was in the conversation to win some MVPs. He was the man when he was with the Raptors. Went to Miami. Guess what?
Spot up shooter.
He had to take a back role. He had to take
Kevin
back
Love.
Kevin Love. Another one. He was literally going down as one of the greatest players to ever play for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Goes over to Cleveland. That's just how it is with the big three. With the big three, somebody has to sacrifice.
Look at our big three. We got DeMar, Zach, 25 a game. Vooch, 13 points per game.
And that's the thing. I'm telling you, bro. The problem with that 110%, is that the reason they're succeeding is because they all know each other. When it comes to the Bulls, guess what? Lonzo, run the floor. Vooch, you're on cleanup duty. And Vooch don't mind being up on cleanup duty. With how much Zach LaVine shoots, and no matter how much, with how much DeRozan be shooting, and with all the dudes shooting, Vooch is like, look, bro, oh, they gonna miss?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have my opportunity.
Pretty sure
they have a
small
couple
ball
plays ready for
lineups.
him. But
especially with these small ball lineups, he easily out rebounds some of these forwards and fast and go right back up.
Exactly, and that's my thing. Like when you have a big three, everyone needs to do something different, but there's always going to be the one dude who sacrifices. Yeah. Who are you going to have sacrifice? Let's be honest.
Well, Kevin Durant. You made a very good point because I'm curious to see between Harden. I know damn sure Kevin Durant not saying he's on,
and he should not because he's the best player on that team, and it's not even close. He's the best player on that team. Now it comes between James Harden and Kyrie. I'm having Kyrie only because James Harden can run an offense. He can facilitate. Until Kyrie Irving can show me he can do that consistently night in and night out, I don't know if I can, I don't know if he should be the one taking over of James Harden's touches.
And plus, he showed that he's not trustworthy with all this, whether it's injuries, him sending out games, and what he's doing right now. So
he's the only dude I know who will literally shoot. He'll have a horrible game, and instead of addressing the media, he'll go, "Oh, I got to go on a sabbatical." Oh, there's something much bigger than that. Yeah. So it's like, Kyrie, when you have a great night, why isn't all these issues important then? When you have a great and shooting night, why don't you care about all the other stuff that's going on? I say that, and guess what? It's just hatred for Kyrie. No, it's not. Because again, if anybody else did this, Luka Doncic did this, we'd be killing him. Nikola Jokic would be killing him. LeBron killing him. Bro, we killed Kevin Durant because we found out he had a burner. If we're killing Kevin Durant over a burner, we're not allowed to criticize Kyrie because he's out here skipping games because everything is too hard for him.
Everybody got a burner. I thought I put out I know this is different, but I put out a tweet about the Jake Paul Tyron Woodley fight, and somebody just tweeted me just defending Tyrone. Like, this probably Tyrone tweeting me.
Bro, I'm telling you this right now, bro. I saw that. I think it's the dumbest thing in the world. 100%. I think that's the dumbest thing in the world. I just don't know. And on top of that, I said it before, I'll say it again. Tyron Woodley, you're a sellout. You a sellout. And the reason I say that was because when he signed the contract, there was a no knockout clause. By the way, the contract has been leaked. A lot of the contract with Jake Paul has been leaked, so all you got to do a quick Google, and you actually see there actually is a clause. I don't know whose it is, because I'm pretty sure there's also an NDA in there, so whoever leaked it won't be able to come out and say, oh, I did it, unless Jake Paul dies. You know what I mean? Like, because then when he passes, and I don't mean that as a joke, I literally mean if Jake Paul dies, then he can go ahead and leak it, because then nothing really would be able to happen to him. You know what I mean? So until then, whoever leaked it, I don't know if it was Ben Askren. For all we know, it could have been Tommy Fury. It could have been Tommy Fury before he pulled out. For all we know, it could have been him. But we won't really know until Jake Paul, if it even happens. Either that or Jake Paul just says, I don't care, go ahead and do it. Which right now I don't think he'll do that, because he needs that. He don't need his brand to get hit.
Yeah.
But you're like, Tyron Woodley was doing all that shit talking only for him not to knock him out. And I always thought there was something weird, because Tyron Woodley had him rocked a lot. He had him rocked. And I'll be 100% with you. The only people who say Jake Paul won are the people who don't watch fighting.
Yeah, I even said, I'm like, how the hell Jake Paul?
Bro, and they were like, oh, well, Jake Paul started hot. Yeah. I'm like, Ayo, Captain Bozo. There were a couple 10-8s. And by the way, for those of you who don't understand boxing or don't really know about boxing, so the winner, they do a 10-point system, right? If you won the round, you get 10 points, right? Unless you get knocked down, but then so the winner gets 10 points, the loser gets 9 points, right? That's how it starts. You then deduct points based on if they commit a foul and the ref tells you he lost this and this fighter lost a point, or they get knocked down. For every knockdown, you lose 1 point. Okay, if the only way there could be a 10-8 round with no knockdown is if somebody is getting dominated to the point where you're like, that round was not even close. It was horrible, and that person deserves to lose a point. I had a couple 10-8s for Tyron Woodley. I had a couple 10-8s. So when all of a sudden Jake Paul won, I'm like, yeah. And then it came out that you're not allowed to knock him out. And I'm like, it makes sense because Woodley had him rocked and chose not to.
Yeah.
So in my eyes,
not to finish him off.
In my eyes, Woodley, you're a sellout, especially considering all that shit you was talking. Oh, I'm gonna fuck you up. Oh, I'm gonna do this. Oh, I'm gonna do that. Ooh. Like if you weren't if you really gonna knock him out, you know what you should have done? Do what Floyd did. I'm gonna go out there to entertain.
Yeah.
If you heard Floyd, he was I've never seen Floyd Mayweather think harder about statements before. He usually just go out and just talks. When it came to Logan Paul, he was like, he's a good fighter. This was all fun. And we had a good time and entertained everyone. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Like, I've never seen Floyd think that hard before. But again, I'm pretty sure because Floyd knew,
Yeah.
I can't say I'm going to knock Buddy out because it's
a
contract.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why am I going to do that? You know what I mean? Makes sense of why when he had him rocked, he held him. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not even going to continue with that.
But I know before we go into the to NFL, I want to give a shout out to Marvin Bagley. The kid finally get a chance to play after they fired Luke Walton.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a dagger against Portland, so I feel I'm happy for the kid.
Same, I am. I'm very interested to see where he goes from here. That's for me the $1 million question. I need to see where he goes from here. Hopefully they keep him in the rotation because I like him. I think Marvin Bagley is he's a good player. I do like him a lot. We'll see whether or not he keeps up. Go ahead.
Did you hear about the Dame on Ben Simmons?
Yes. Do you want to touch on that?
I mean, we can touch on it a little bit.
Let's do a quick one. So, for y'all who don't know, there are reports out there, and mind you, there were 2 reports, and this is to me what I genuinely believe that the report about Dame wanting to play with Ben Simmons is real. So, in a matter of 30 minutes, 2 reports came out. The first report was that Damian Lillard wants to play with Ben Simmons. And there are rumors, this wasn't part of the report, this is just other rumors, that he went to the front office to request them to go get Ben Simmons, to do whatever you had to do. The only stipulation was you're not to trade me and you're not to trade CJ McCollum. He was like, keep us, go get us Ben Simmons, and we'll try to make stuff happen. About 30 minutes later, another report came out that Damian Lillard was there was tension. He was sick of Chauncey Billups. He didn't care about the organization, and he secretly demanded a trade. Within 5 minutes of that report coming out, Damian Lillard went on Twitter and was like, "Hey, yo, if y'all believe that shit, fuck up." Straight up how he said it too. He didn't give a shit. It was like, if y'all believe it, I don't care what anyone says. You guys are idiots. Which again, I don't. To me personally, I don't think he's wrong.
Deep down, dang Lillard, he wants to get the fuck out of Portland, but he just don't want to be like everybody else. He want. I know for sure he want to win so bad, and he want to get out of Portland, but he just don't want to be looked at as everybody else who asked for a trade.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find the
But
exact.
the Sixers is not going. Who other than CJ and Dame, who the Sixers would want to take on for Ben Simmons? So you got to give up CJ.
That's what I'm saying. Like, based on who they would want, basically the only people they would really consider would be CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard. Those really be the only 2 guys they'll consider. After that, they're gonna be like, really? LOL.
Yeah.
But I just want to say this. I told y'all so. Everyone came out here and said Ben Simmons is dog shit. He's not good. He's horrible. Nobody wants to play with him. And I came out and said, look, there may be questions on whether or not he wants to play. There might be. But to sit here and pretend that all of a sudden this dude is not going to win, or not win, I'm sorry, that he doesn't have a chance to go anywhere, nobody wants him, is absolutely ridiculous. I've been telling people, Ben Simmons, he's not trash. Now, does he have holes in his game? 110%. And these are holes he needs to work on. Hey, yo, Grittian, I'm going to tell you this right now. Tomorrow, and by the way, this comment right here from Grittian, he said, hey, you better be ready for tonight, Pride. The greatest team to ever grace God's green earth.
I already know what the comment was.
Led by the best head coach to ever wear a hoodie with sleeves. Short sleeves, might I add. Bill Belichick, the former home of the greatest quarterback to ever grace God's green earth. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for your viewing and auditory pleasure, let me say it for y'all. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady. Now, he's got a pops. So we're not talking about senior. Junior. That's who we're talking about. The New England Patriots. We're going to go to Buffalo to beat that ass, baby. And don't worry, Gritty and Yuki. It's all right if you're like, don't worry. I'm just glad you're here. That's all. As long as you're here. That's all that matters. But I'm gonna tell you this right now, Mike. There's another show I'm on in the morning.
I be tuning in.
Yeah. They reach out. They're like, yo, get in here. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm with you, right? I told him this. If today I've talked too much shit now, right? I put my Patriots in a position where if they lose, I'm sick. But hear me out on this one. If the Patriots win, I'm coming out sloppy. I'm gonna be like tomorrow morning, I'm gonna be a sloppy fuckboy, bro. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be on one, but we'll go in more detail later. But back to the Ben Simmons thing. I've been telling people he's not trash. He's not. The biggest problem for Ben Simmons is the contract.
Oh, and that too.
I'm talking about in order for people to trade for him, right? Because there are a few teams that'll take him as he is and won't even try to bother getting him a shot. And there's some places he'll be okay. The problem though is the contract.
Yeah.
That's one of the main problems for people to trade for him. Go ahead, Mike.
But any contract is tradable. People trade it for, if you trade it for a rug.
No. I'm not saying that it's not tradable.
Are you talking about like they don't want to take on his contract?
Yes, they don't want to take on that contract for a guy that, again, I like Ben Simmons, but most teams he goes on, he's gonna be a role player. Yeah. Let's call it what it is. He's not gonna get the same type of opportunity and the same type of there is no other team that will try to push him as a star the way the 76ers did.
Yeah.
That's really the best way I could really put it, And again, I've been telling people he's not trash. Obviously he's got holes in his game, no debate. And everyone was like, oh, well, how come nobody wants to go out and play for him? And I'm like, there's two reasons. First and foremost,
the contract, and Daryl Morey asked for too damn much.
Exactly. So it's like, unless you have what he can do, it is what it is. And I'm pretty sure there have been other players who've reached out and said, look, bro, we want Ben Simmons. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Only thing is, like I said, with that contract, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. And on top of that, not only the contract, but what the 76ers want in return. You can't sit here and say, oh, yeah, Ben Simmons is dog shit. By the way, we demand that you give us an all-star, a capable role player, and draft picks. So time out. You're telling me you came to work and the lunch you had was moldy cheese, stale ham with like bread that was like dropped in mud and stomped on. And you're telling me, boy, this is horrible. This is bad. Um. Oh wait, what do you have there? Oh wow, you rich? You got a beef Wellington for lunch? Hey, you trying to switch? Because this sandwich ain't that bad. Come on, son. What are you doing with yourself, bro? Like, what are you doing? Like, to me, bro. Like, look, ain't no way, no how they're gonna get what they want, and it sucks. And the reason it sucks is because if we're gonna be honest, they put themselves in that position. That's really all it comes down to. Hot or not, I've been looking at some of the hot takes that the NFL community has come up with, and boy, wow, yo, there was a couple bangers, son. I was like, ain't no way somebody legitimately thought about this. So, number one, let me ask you this. Baker Mayfield is just a sober Johnny Manziel. I'll say it one more time. Baker Mayfield is nothing more than a sober Johnny Manziel.
No, because to be honest, I don't even remember Johnny Manziel. I remember him, but I don't remember what he done for the Browns. Like if Baker get cut today, I can think like, yeah, Baker did some exciting things for the Browns. Johnny Manziel, I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
I just don't. The last memory of Johnny Manziel, I remember he was in some control league and he did some awesome ass play. That's the last memory I got of Johnny Manziel.
Yo, and again, it sucks, but I'm telling you this right now, bro. I saw that and I laughed, and I actually saw people who actually believed it. That's the scary part about it. I saw some people actually believe it, and I'm like, there's no way you're gonna sit there and tell me this is true. Personally, I like Baker Mayfield way better, and personally, I don't even think it's close. I think Baker is just way better.
And Browns fans need to stay humble because it's the best quarterback you guys done had since I don't know when.
If we're gonna be honest, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah,
it's been a hot minute. So, again, me personally, I disagree with this one. I just saw this one, but it made me laugh. But it's gonna segue into the next one I saw.
Hold on, right quick. Let me try to see the last 10 quarterbacks from the Browns.
I know Deshaun Kaiser was one of them.
Yeah, Kaiser, Robert Griffin III, Josh McCown, Johnny Manziel, Brian
I think
Hoyle,
Colt McCoy was in there.
Yeah, Colt McCoy, Seneca Wallace, Brady Quinn, Derek Anderson, like
Kyle Orton.
I don't see Cal.
No. Hold on. Oh, wasn't Ryan Leaf one of them?
I don't see Ryan Leaf.
No. Oh my God. Hold on. This is a fun game. Trying to guess all 10 quarterbacks for Johnny Manziel. Obviously, is on that list. Yeah.
Jeff Garcia on her.
Wasn't Tyrod Taylor in there?
Let me see if I.
Tyrod Taylor had to be in there.
Yeah, I see Tyrod. Yeah, Tyrod. Yeah.
Right? Like, oh my God, bro, again, to your point, bro, it's tough because the last 10 quarterbacks have been dog shit. Let's call it what it was, bro. They have not been good. And Baker Mayfield obviously has been one of the best. And it sucks. Before I go on to the next hot take, Mike, this is a question for you from one of the comments, Gritty and Yuki. This is a question for Mike if he's a Bears fan, which he is. What do you think about Justin Fields, and do you think he's the future for Chicago?
I think Justin Fields can be a great quarterback with the right head coach. Right now, the head coach don't know how to use him. He could because he just like another Trubisky. And Nagy didn't know how to use Trubisky. That's why the offense looked better when like a Andy Dalton playing, because that's the type of quarterback Nagy used to. Like when he drafted Patrick Mahomes, he was used to Alex Smith. And if he would have still probably caught the place for Kansas City, probably would have messed up Patrick Mahomes too. But as far as some being in the future, I think with the right ownership, not ownership, the right GM, head coach, offensive
Mhm.
system, he would be great. Like kind of remind me of a Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott type of quarterback.
Yeah.
But
I'm
it's some flaws in this game, though. Don't get me wrong, he got some flaws.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. For me, when it comes to Justin Fields, I, I think the only way Justin Fields will be successful is if Matt Nagy leaves.
Yeah,
Um, and you
facts.
said Matt Nagy doesn't know how to coach Justin Fields. My thing is, I don't think he knows how to coach. Period.
Yeah,
Because there
no,
are a lot of decisions that he has made that
yeah.
is ridiculous, especially from a guy who
Came
has
from
been doing this for a while.
and came from underneath Andy Reid.
Right. So exactly. Like you have experience, you've worked with someone who was smart, and now all of a sudden you're doing this. Nope, I don't.
But his
I'm
problem
not a fan of
is
that.
he don't want to, look in the mirror and just see the problem. Like he want his scheme to work so bad to be just
Yes.
that dude, but he don't want to handle criticism. This I know. I'm at the game Sunday, right?
Yep. I saw it by the
So
way. I hate you.
fourth and two. He's sitting out the team and they trying to get the guys offside. Call
Mhm.
timeout. The stadium started booing him. You know what they did? They played some music over the boos. I was like, yeah, this is crazy.
Oh my god.
But what was,
That's
what was the
hilarious.
comment? The guy I didn't see the comment.
He said, gritting. He said, and another way for Fields to be successful is if the
Facts.
Bears draft some offensive linemen.
Facts.
That definitely is going to be something they need to do because it's horrible. It's
And
horrible.
I got a question for him though. Since he a Niner fans, what's his? I want to hear his option on his quarterback situation, like Jimmy
Okay.
Garoppolo.
So basically the question you want to ask is um who do you think is going? Who do you think Jimmy
Like,
Garoppolo is still
is
going to be
he?
the dude or
Yeah, is he for sure? Ready for what's my guy name?
Trey Lance?
Trey Lance to start next year. Are you?
Okay, okay, okay. All right, so Gritty and Yuki, here's the question. You can go ahead and drop it in the comments, and then obviously we'll put it up. Do you think that Trey Lance will be ready to start next
Next
year? While we wait for Gritty Yuki to have to say their piece, the next hot take here, which honestly I low-key agree with this one. The Packers have two top 15 running backs in the league.
The Packers.
Let that sink in.
What is it? AJ Dillon and
AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones.
Now, here's the thing. For me, Aaron Jones is a top back in the league.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a problem. I think Aaron Jones is that guy. Do you believe that AJ Dillon is a top 15 back in the league?
Uh,
Because of all the injuries and stuff like that, as of right now, I'm gonna say yes.
yeah, because I would say yeah. 'Cause I'm looking at the list. Jonathan Taylor, he's not better than Joe Mixon. He's not better than
Nope,
Derrick
nope.
Henry, Nick Chubb.
Right.
I
So
even throw Gibson, Harris, Cook,
no, no,
Zeke.
no. I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you the running backs I'll put over AJ Dillon right now. Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey. That one's close because of the injuries.
Mhm.
Saquon, still close because of the injuries. Nick Chubb, obviously Aaron Jones, Alvin Kamara. After that, I'll put Austin Eckler, maybe Zeke, um, Joe Mixon, obviously, because we did say that. Jonathan Taylor, 6. I'm at 11, right?
Mhm.
After that,
You said Kamara, right?
yes, I said Alvin Kamara.
Did you say Nick Chubb
Yes.
or Nick Chubb? Who
Yep.
Did you even say Aaron Jones? You say Aaron Jones, right?
Yes, I said Aaron Jones. Yep. Aaron Jones is in there.
You want to put Najee?
Najee Harris? No.
Yeah. What
No.
about Robinson?
No.
I like
But that's
Connor.
close.
I like
But
Connor. You don't like James Connor?
No.
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 I
Not
guess
not
you
not over
can.
Dylan.
I guess you can. Cause I don't think you said Josh Jacob.
Nope, no, I would not choose Josh Jacobs.
I think that's probably all the quarterback. I mean, not quarterback, running back. I can.
Yeah, like to me, this one
Guess
right
you.
here about the Packers having that's not even a hot take for me.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, that's not even a hot take. By the way, real quick, excuse me, Gritty Yuki commented, answering your question, Mike. Gritty Yuki said, I feel like Jimmy G's time is about to be up, whether we go to the playoffs or not. And when I saw Trey Lance play, I felt like he was not that ready to play, but he proved that in week 5 against Arizona. I would give Trey Lance some times, but when next season comes, it's his time to shine.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Well, I mean, my thing is, I don't think Trey Lance is ready. I really don't. But here's the thing: what choice do they have?
Yeah.
Are you gonna want to keep Jimmy G on that stupid contract?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, like,
I secretly like the 49ers though. I know I'm a Bears fan, but I kind of like. Yeah, I like the 49ers.
The only thing the past few years, what's shot them in the foot, if we're gonna be honest, was injuries. That's really what shot them in the foot a lot. And it sucks because the injuries happen to the players that they build around.
Yeah.
That's kind of what really been messing them up.
And it's crazy because it's like they window now that the defense getting older, so it's probably gonna have to be like another whole rebuild just to get back to what they used to be. Same with the Bears, like our defense was top notch. Now we got to rebuild defense and offense and
because all that stuff. Another hot take: Gardner Minshew would give Cleveland a better chance to win than Baker does.
No.
I disagree.
Yeah,
I disagree 110% with this
because the Browns, it's a running team. No matter who you put in,
exactly.
Unless he elite quarterback. Like if you're throwing an average quarterback, it's gonna be the same thing.
Yep. So last one, this one was hot. This one was spicy. Cooper Kupp right now is a top 6 wide receiver in the league.
No,
but just let that sink in your head for a minute. He is a top 6 wide receiver in the league.
And I seen something like this on TikTok, but it's he at top 10. But I got top 10, maybe I can, but top 6, no.
You don't think top 6?
No, I would probably say, let me see, pull up some. No, I gotta go with D Hop.
Yes.
This ain't no from 1 to 6.
No, sorry.
I gotta go with D Hop.
Yep.
Adams.
Yep.
Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
Do I want to say AJ Brown enough? I gotta go Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson is a dog.
This is gonna be my hot take. This is gonna be my hot take. I don't have him over. I got Kupp over Justin Jefferson.
But you got Kupp in top 6.
Based on this year,
I guess you, because Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and Debo Samuel. I love Debo. I seen him play.
I love Debo. I feel bad for him because
he's a weapon. Like
he's a weapon, but what sucks about it is when he's healthy, someone else is injured. Yeah. Then when the team is ready and all healthy, he goes down, and I feel bad for him because he just doesn't get that many breaks. I would put him there. Maybe it's just me. Look, I got the guys I have over him: Devontae Adams, D Hop, Stephon Diggs, easy. Yeah. And you definitely, I think those 3. After that, I think you can make an argument. Yeah. You could put Tyreek Hill.
What about Mike Evans?
Mike Evans?
Yeah.
Based on this year, no. But again, I'm doing solely based on this year. If I'm talking about all time, I'm gonna go with Mike Evans all time.
Okay, so if we're going based on this year, then I would say, because
I'm just talking about solely this year.
There's only 3 other guys who cracked 1,000 receiving yards. That's Debo, Adams, Jefferson.
Right.
So yeah.
And my thing is, a lot of the other guys, like for instance, AJ Brown, injuries. Same thing with Julio, injuries. So it's like DK Metcalf. I think his stock dropped when he lost when he lost Russ, and then Russ coming back. You know, he really hasn't been targeting him like that. So for me personally, I'm gonna say yeah. Another
Yeah,
question for you, Mike.
you put it that way, so
Yeah, yeah. Hi, mamas. Mike got a question from Gritty and Yuki. Mike, what do you think about your secondary and your wide receiver core?
my secondary is what you want, my mom? Here you go. The secondary is trash.
Uh,
Other than outside of Jalen Johnson, everybody else is trash. They can't tackle, no communication. Yeah, Eddie Jackson, I don't know what's wrong with him. We gave him that money, he just disappeared. And as far as the receiver core, I mean, I feel like we lose Allen Robinson free next year, so we just gonna have Darnell Mooney and whoever else we sign to draft. I want to
mhm.
see them get the rookie we drafted, that Newsom, some take. I don't know why he ain't hop on the field yet. We playing Bird and Grant been okay. Goodwin, I think he's hurt. So yeah, the receiving core is not that good outside Allen Robinson and Darnell Mooney.
Yeah. Honestly,
The only
I,
bright spot we got is quarterback, running back,
dude, David Montgomery is a
and
problem.
that's it. Quarterback,
Yeah.
running back, yeah, that's pretty much.
Yep.
And
No,
oh
you're
yeah,
right.
linebacker,
Right. Yeah. It's
Rokon Smith is a monster.
100%, and it's gonna be interesting to see how y'all play out. It's gonna be funny. Put Pride at strong safety. He gonna hit stuff. Fix them up. Look, bro. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Back in the day, a little story time for Pride, right? I used to be a safety, right? I used to be. I was small though. Like when I first played safety, I was small, right? When they put me at safety, I was like, my coach, I'm putting you at free safety because you're more of a finesse dude. I said, nah, just straight up what I told my coach. I said, fuck you. Okay. I'm that guy. Put me at strong, right? So my coach looked at me and he was like, you know what? With pleasure. You see, my coach, he was the type of dude that would yell at you back. So when he didn't yell at me, that should have been a red flag. Was it? Put me out there, right? So the play I was supposed to do was I was basically like it was a stutter strong safety blitz. So what I do is I would like when he's about to say huh, I have to time it. I run down. I stop as if I'm basically gonna be a linebacker. They snap the ball. I gotta take a second to see where the hole opens and blitz, right?
Mhm.
I did that. Son, an offensive lineman sent me to the fucking Uber realm, my guy. Holy bro. I went flying, son. And immediately I went to the sideline and sat down, took my helmet out. I was tight. I was that my coach coming to me. You still think you still think you're a strong safety? I was like, you got it, coach. My fault. That was the birth, the genesis of how I always say, hey yo, you got it, coach. Like that is the genesis of it. Because like I got destroyed and he came up to me and I was like, you got it, coach. My fault, my
Hey,
fault. Like,
my football story started before I even got to high school to try for the football team. I mean, we in grammar school. You know, at grammar school, you go out for free time play football. So we
yep.
playing football 7-on-7. You know, all the boys and stuff. So I was playing quarterback. I had a good string of games. And me, I think it was the win. If you ask anybody in my gym class, they probably say it was different. I overthrew my guy, and the ball flew over the fence. And then they're like, "Yeah, Mike, you can't quarterback no more." I think it's with the win. They might say different. So I say, "Yeah, football is not for me."
No, nah, but look, I have a whole bunch. Like the first time I had a concussion. This is gonna be the last story, and then we'll move on. The first time I had a legit concussion, right? I was, I was playing running back, which was my position. That was my position. But I loved running back because I was fast, but I was small. Like in the beginning of my football career, I was small, so I was kind of able to sneak through some stuff, right? And I ran, right, and I thought I had a touchdown. I thought I was like in my mind it was a super highway. I didn't realize somebody had a. I'll be honest, like my coach, he was recording everything, so like because that's how we watch film or whatever.
Yeah.
When I saw it, like 2 3 days after that, because I asked my coach what the fuck happened. because like I was out of it. The angle this kid took was by far the cleanest angle I've ever seen a non-college football player ever do. Like he made a legit NFL type of angle. That's how perfect it was. And I'm running, hits me. And all I remember was blinking, and all of a sudden I was home. Like, and mind you, this was like in like the middle of the second quarter. So I missed a little bit over half the game. Yeah. Right? And I remember blinking, and I was home in my bed. I was wet and everything. So I must have taken a shower. And I'm like, the fuck happened? That's all I could really come up with. And my mom was like, I don't know, go ask your coach, right? So I ended up catching up with my coach, and he was like, and I asked him, Coach, what the fuck happened? He was like, come to my office. I was like, Coach, I asked what happened, bro. Like, what he's like, just come on. I said, fine. He showed me. It was bad because he showed me. And the only problem I had with it was that it was a helmet to helmet. They threw the flag and everything. But that still was a fucking vicious shot that I got hit with. He hit me, and I somehow was like this. I planked in midair and was spinning. I don't know how, like, physically. Like, I'm talking about like again, I'm not a smart guy. But in terms of physics and real life science, that should not be possible. Like, the angle he hit me from, I should not have done that. Like, I should have turned this way, not kind of in a barrel thing. And I was like, huh. And my coach looked at me and goes, son, no disrespect, you got fucked up. You got a coach, and I just left. I left, and I didn't get cleared for like a week. So I literally just missed the next week's game.
Things like that is why I started playing basketball.
Yeah, but oh my God, bro, it was like that. And then I started doing all that stuff, and then I started getting like crazy concussions. So my coach was like, look, bro, if you're getting hit that bad, you must be unlucky as shit. So because I can't be playing you. And I didn't get like, bro, it was crazy because like while recording, I saw myself walking to my sideline. And I didn't get knocked out, but I'm going to put it to you this way. If somebody breathed next to me, I was going to be knocked out. I was just barely clinging on to a minuscule fiber of reality.
You was walking like Daniel Jones.
Worse. I was like a deer trying to learn how to walk. It was wild, bro. I got cleaned up, and I've always wanted to get back at that dude, but I was like, you know what? I can't play football no more because it's getting to the point where every single time I step on the field, I'm getting fucked on some wild shit. So then I went to soccer, and then I started getting hurt more in soccer than I did in football. So I'm like, hey, yo, am I just like an injury magnet? Like, what's going on? So it's like, I'm young as shit, bro. I'm not even 25 yet, bro. And I'm like, my back's fucked up, my knees, my neck, like. I'm so fucked, bro, and I'm not even like it's wild, bro. But Sunday Night Football happened. By the way, real quick, I just want a moment to just say something real quick. Let me just get this. Hold on. Bing bong, fuck your life. For everybody who disrespected the Detroit Lions, my quarterback got a win. Shout out to Jared Goff, 296 yards with 3 tutties. So, real quick, to everyone who said Detroit wasn't going to win, that they was dog shit, bing bong, fuck your life, Jared Goff, he's the boardwalk king. I just had to throw that out there real quick because I'm sick and tired of Jared Goff slander.
Yeah, shout out to Jared Goff. I'm just glad they ain't beat us. And I'm happy that they got a win. And against the Vikings as well, so, hey.
And I feel bad, too, because the problem was a lot of people are frying. They're frying Kirk Cousins. Yeah. And they're saying it's his fault. I'm like, Kirk Cousins, 30 for 40, 340 yards with 2 touchdowns. Someone explain to me how it's his fault.
Yeah. I picked Kirk Cousins in that Baker Mayfield. Well, nah, because Kirk
So
Cousins.
disrespectful.
No,
Look, and
see,
I love Baker Mayfield.
I said no, but I feel like Kirk Cousins just one of those guys who play good, but he just get overlooked.
And you want to know why it is? You want to know why they
He's
legit?
not elite, but he's not trash. He's like in the middle, like a Derek Carr.
Yes. Well, to me, I think Derek Carr is like half a step outside of elite.
Yeah.
I think he's a half a step. And I know some Raiders fans, and they say that he's elite. If you call Derek Carr elite, I will not be mad at you. I won't be. I really won't be. But Gritty Yuki says they're only fried Kirk Cousins because they lost the Lions who are winless. And I understand that, but it wasn't his fault, is where I'm coming from.
But check
like
this out.
the dude had a day. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, any other, Josh Allen, matter of fact, let's switch this. If Lamar Jackson went 30 for 40 with 340 yards and 2 touchdowns and they lost, it's poor Lamar. You know, we feel bad for him. He did what he could. I've always felt like Kirk Cousins always got shat on. And I feel for him because I agree with you. Do I think he's elite? No. I think he's good.
Yeah, he's not trash.
I think he's good. I think he's without a shadow of a doubt, I believe you can make an argument he's a top 10 quarterback in the league.
Yeah, you can win games with him if everything if you got the right pieces around him. But I'm not even mad that the Vikings lost because the Lions only lost by more than 10 points 5 times out of all the games they played. They've really been in
these games. Competitive, yes. Yeah. And that's what I've been telling people. I've said, look, I've watched some Lions games. They've been competitive.
And then I did the math. The Bears lost more than 10 points more times than the Lions.
Yes. And I'm like, look, the Lions, they've been competitive. Granted, it's not the best football you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
But they have this talent of hanging around with some teams. So we can't just straight up criticize them. I'm just glad that they won.
If they draft right next year, sign some couple of key pieces, they might be able to win about a couple of more games next year. And they might
win 5 games.
I'll probably say 6.
You say 6? Yeah. And I'm good with that. Between 4 to 6 games, as long as they draft right.
Yeah.
And again, I've said before, in terms of quarterbacks, this is a weak class. But everywhere else, offensive linemen, defensive linemen, linebackers, corners, tight end, wide receiver, everywhere, running backs, everywhere else, there is some depth.
And and they don't need a quarterback. They got Jared Goff for a couple more years.
And that honestly, I would keep Jared Goff for a few more years. Yep. And then after that, like, just keep him. And then not this upcoming draft, the next draft, see how it looks like.
Yeah, you build around Jared Goff. And then once you get your roster ready, you take Jared Goff, move him somewhere else, get another quarterback to get in there. And now you got a team. And if Aaron Rodgers leaves, the division it's up in the air because the Bears gonna have a new head coach, so we got to learn a new system. We might not get off to a good start. Right. Look what the Vikings might do next year. Aaron Rodgers might leave, so the division gonna be up in the air.
Yep. Another game I'll talk about: the Philadelphia Eagles, 6-7, 33-18, smacked the shit out of the Jets. Minshew mania. I'm gonna tell you the Eagles' last 4: Washington, Eagles, Washington, Cowboys. So the last 4 games, are all within. They're all division games. Mm. Every last one of them are division games. And same thing. Same exact thing with the Washington football team. Let me see. Check Dallas. Okay, so Dallas. Okay, so Dallas plays the they play Washington, Giants, Washington Cardinals, then Eagles. So they have a lot of a lot of divisional games. Let me see how the Giants are. Okay, so basically for every single one of them, they have at least 3 games within their division. So with the Eagles winning, do you think they still have a legitimate chance to sneak into the wild card?
Yeah, I really do think the Eagles got a chance to. Let me check this playoff standings right now. Yeah, I don't know because
Right, because it's tough.
Washington playing good, and I really do believe in the 49ers to. Yeah, so yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a chance, but if I had to bet money on it right now, I'd probably say I don't know because I got the Washington playing good and the San Francisco. Oh, they've been playing solid as well.
And honestly, like I said, I'm gonna give him a chance. I'll be honest. I'm gonna give him a chance. Again, it's gonna be close,
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
but I will. Like I said, I do genuinely believe it'll. I think they'll be all right. I think they'll have a chance. Um, they just can't shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah,
That's all it really comes down to. As long as they don't shoot themselves in the foot, I think they'll be okay. I really do. Problem is though, they need to be smart. In terms of the NFC, as of right now, the Cardinals are number 1, Packers 2, Green Bay, or I'm sorry, Packers 2, Buccaneers would be 3, Dallas would be 4, Rams 5, Washington football team 6, and then the San Francisco 49ers are 7th. It all really comes down to the Niners and the Washington football team, 5-5. Philly is 6-7. So again, they have an opportunity.
Yeah,
Depending on how it all really unfolds, we'll go from there.
Yeah, you got an opportunity.
One more game I want to talk about. Excuse me.
Before you say that, I want to give a shout out to this one guy that people just killed. And just look at this face.
Free Tua Tagovailoa. Free Tua. Free. No. I don't. At this point, no. Tua, get out of Miami. They don't deserve you.
Oh God.
They don't deserve you. No, get him out of there.
Yeah.
The kid shows up. He plays ball. He does what he can. And if he somehow breathes wrong, sneezes wrong, wears the wrong cleats, he's not color coded exactly, they're slandering the poor kid. So Tua, demand a trade. Go to an organization that wants you. Go to a team that values you, that cherishes you. Don't go to Miami, who one day, oh yeah, we love you. By the way, we're gonna trade you for Deshaun Watson. But who wants Deshaun Watson? He's horrible. By the way, pack your bags, kid. You're getting the fuck out of here. Like, no. And on top of that, the Miami Dolphins fans, ridiculous. I'm gonna tell you this shit, fucking ridiculous. So free Tua, but the last game, we're gonna talk about.
I mean, I want to see what game you talk about, but I do want to talk about.
Matter of fact, go ahead, bring up yours.
I do want to talk about not this game, but the Bengals. One of the most inconsistent teams. I've been said that 1 minute they look good, and next minute you like, what the hell? And I want to talk about the Ravens and the Steelers. Like I'm.
That's the game I was gonna bring up.
Oh, Ravens and Steelers.
That was the game I was gonna bring up.
Yeah,
before we even get into it, let me ask you, because trust me, in my lifetime, when I know when someone's being a fucking bitch, right? I know when someone's being stupid, when they're doing shit to spite you, right? When they're fucking being clown and they're trying to bother you, right? Let me ask you something, because I always feel like the people who do that are just nitpickers. Coach Harbaugh is catching a lot of shit for going for 2. Do you think that those people who are coming at him are just being bitches and nitpicking, or do you think they have a point?
Just bitching. They just bitching and nitpicking.
Thank you.
For one, because it's Lamar Jackson proved time and time again that he can convert by going for it plenty of times, and he trusts his quarterback to get the job done. And if he want to go for the win right now, like he said, I forgot who said it that Humphrey is hurt, like his secondary was banged up, and he didn't want to.
Harbaugh said that right after the game. He
Yeah.
said the injuries to the secondary was a very major factor into
Why
he went for two.
Yeah, so
which I don't blame him.
Yeah, that's what a coach should do. He like, all right, I'm not gonna leave it in Big Ben hand. I got Johnson, Claypool. I got these deep thread going against my banked up secondary. Why would I, try to play in overtime? Just get the win right now. I got Lamar Jackson who can either throw it or run it. And it just so happened that I think Watts came in too fast and he couldn't get the ball off.
Yeah, so I'd say this right now. I believe he overthrew it.
Yeah,
because I've seen, like, if you want to call him elite, but he can't take pressure coming up. If you can't take pressure, then you can't be elite. That's all it really comes down to. Let's call it what it is.
I think he seen Watt and he got scared. He just kind of just threw it, and Andrews couldn't get down, come down with it. It wasn't a bad play on the.
No, it wasn't a bad play. It just and this is what I was saying this morning.
If he would have called it, everybody on these social media outlets would be like,
would be saying he's a genius, he's coach of the year, and all this stuff. I agree with you. I said the same thing this morning. You can't dictate whether or not it was a good play call by the outcome.
Yeah, you
can't do that. You can't do that because imagine this. Imagine if they ran the ball, right? Imagine if they ran the ball. They called it. They went down. Whoever had the ball ran back to the 20-yard line, then did some weird flea flicker thing. They started bouncing the ball all over the place, risking it. Then they ended up scoring.
Yeah,
that's a bad play. That's a bad play, but it resulted in a touchdown.
Yeah.
So people are gonna say, "Oh, that the end result matter." I'm like, not necessarily.
You just got.
For instance, Steph Curry is the greatest shooter in the history of the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got a last second shot. Steph Curry shoots it. He misses it. Is that a bad play? No, it's not a bad play. If he had a clean look and he missed it, them's the breaks. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad play. That's just me.
Now, if he would did some spin move, open and shot, they're like, what the hell are you doing?
Exactly.
You open.
Exactly. But the thing is, the play was there. It really was.
Yeah.
It just unfortunately
they didn't go as planned. Like it's football. That's what happened. But I guarantee you, if they would have did some type of wildcat and gave it to the running back, it would have been, oh damn, they don't trust Lamar Jackson in the clutch. It's always gonna be an excuse for what some Lamar Jackson do or any elite quarterback do. Just people gonna nitpick everything. And then look, Harbaugh said the perfect thing that he was honest with his answer. He said, my secondary was banged up. I want to end the game right then and there.
And I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. Who wants to go to overtime with an injured team?
Yeah, just like if Steve Kerr like, man, Steph, you think you get a 3? I want to go home. I ain't trying to go to overtime. All right, coach, I got you. I'm gonna go for the win, and he misses.
Hey, that doesn't mean it's a bad play. You can't just go based on the outcome and say it's a bad play. But look, bro, that was really what I wanted to touch upon because a lot of people are saying that Coach Harbaugh is an idiot for that, and I'm like, look, bro.
At the
end of the day, like if you look at the odds and statistics and listen to his reasoning, he made not only the best, he made the best decision in terms of going for it. And when he went for it, he literally made the best play. And I said this, if Mark Andrews catches it, he's got a super highway. I understand it's only a few yards, but he's going and he's making it without being touched. Last question before we move on to the final topic of the night. Gritty, you can ask, do you think the Bengals are an up and down team? Before I give it to you, Mike, I 100% think they are. And I just think it's just due to them being a very young team at key positions. That's really all I think it is. When you have Joe Burrow, T. Higgins is still relatively young. Same thing with Jamar Chase. When you have all these young guys, it just leads to the up and down. It just leads to that. So they just need time. That's just how I look at it.
Like I said in a couple episodes, when we did the pretenders, I said this team just young. I like this. They should. I thought they're gonna be a real good team, but right now they just young.
Yep, that's all it is, bro. They're just young, and you give them
And you're playing against defense that's been together and team offense that's been together, so it's gonna
right.
be up
So
and down.
yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see. Last topic of the day: Monday Night Football. The Patriots. We're going to Buffalo to play the Bills. Right now, we are not only the division leaders, but we're the number one seed as of right now in the AFC. Um, this is a very, very important game. This is very important because if at the end of the day we end up with the same record, um, you know, it's really going to come down to your divisional record.
Yeah.
So if we could handle the business, we'll see what happens. We played the Bills today. At next week on Saturday, actually on Saturday, we have the Colts. It's gonna be interesting. Then we play the Bills again. Um, then we got the Jags. Ended off with the Dolphins. Obviously, I'm biased as shit. Um, um, you know, Gritty and Yuki said Patriots are going to expose the Bills and show the world that they're back. I don't know about going as far as saying exposing. I just genuinely believe if you give Bill Belichick, you give him something in a little bit of time, he'll make it work. And that's how it looked in the beginning of the season. It looked tough. And I told people we're going to be fine. I'll be honest, us winning the division, I didn't think we were going to be able to do that. I thought we were going to be in contention for the wild card spot.
Yeah.
110%. I thought we were going to be in contention for it. But it is, at the end of the day, I'm comfortable where we are. Us, like I said, this is a very important game because if we end up having the same record, they're going to say, okay, well, how'd you do inside the division? And especially with the fact that we're playing them 2 times, like I said, we played them tonight, then we got the Colts, and then we have them again. Those 2 games are going to be extremely critical, especially considering Patriots. Obviously, we play the Bills. After that, the Bills play the Buccaneers, Panthers, Patriots again, Falcons, and Jets. So the Bills should have an opportunity. They should have the ability to win most of their games. The only games I could see them losing are the Buccaneers. I genuinely believe both Bills games. I think they're both going to be close. I really do. And then obviously I have them beating the Panthers, Falcons, and Jets. So we'll see what happens. We'll see where they go from there. But for me, I got Buffalo. I understand that this Buffalo defense is wanted, but guess what? Mac and cheese going to start playing cheesy, baby. And I mean that. I mean it. My boy Mac Jones, 300-plus yards, 2 tutties.
So
Ian, hold on, Mike. I ain't done yet. Ian, he going to put on the Jets. He going to get a 10-yard-plus rush. How you feel about that?
So you going with the Bills or the Patriots?
I'll go Patriots. Come on, man.
Patriots.
Come on. Matt Jones is going to put on a clinic.
Yeah. I mean, I know I'm gonna be flicking between this game and the Bulls game tonight. I just hope this game is a good game, a close game, just a good game. Because these 2 teams are really good, and I expect them to split this. But I don't know who's gonna win this. But if I gotta go. The Patriots showed me more. The Bills haven't really been consistent with me. They are my Super Bowl pick to come out of the AFC, but I gotta go. I'm going with you with the Patriots. They showed me more this year than the Bills have. And Mac Jones don't really have the weapons like a Stephon Diggs than Josh Allen has. So
and he's making it out of nothing. He made Kendrick. It's to the point he's making Kendrick Osborne look like he's a legit top 10 receiver. You know what I mean? Well, he's making us all Aguilar look good. I mean, I like Mac Jones. And what I really love about him the most is the fact that he's not trying too hard. He's not. He's looking at it. He's like, hey, yo, you know what? We're running the ball. Let's let them run the ball. then I'll do my thing here and there. But that's what I love about Mac Jones. He's got this great self-awareness that he understands and knows. Look, man, at the end of the day, guess what? We gonna run the ball. I'm cool with it. I know I'm gonna get opportunities to throw the ball, and it is what it is. I'm gonna put my guys in the position to when they catch the ball, A, they're not gonna get hurt, and B, they can make a play after I give them the ball.
What are the odds? What a percentage you would think that we'll get a Patriots Bucks Super Bowl?
I was talking about that this morning. In the beginning of the season, I didn't think they were gonna be good. With each passing day, I grow more and more and more confident about that. And look, not just because I'm a Patriots fan, but I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Just because of the storyline with Bill Belichick versus Tom Brady. The first time they met up, the first time they ever met up, Tom Brady won. It was a close one, but Tom won. A lot of people said that, Bill Belichick kind of coached a little emotional. They said Tom played a little emotional. Now let's get that emotion. Let's amp that shit up to fucking 11 and put him in the goddamn Super Bowl. Tell me that shit would not drive tickets, brother.
Yeah, a lot of tickets. And I think the Super Bowl is in LA, I believe. And I'm looking at AFC. Like I said, the Chargers and the Bengals inconsistent. The Steelers, I'm not really worried about the Steelers.
Right.
The Buffalo Bills, maybe. The Chiefs, Baltimore, and Tennessee Titans. Patriots do got a chance. I can't hear you, bro.
I'm muted. My bad. I was muted because my daughter came up and she was like saying some stuff. She was trying to steal the mic, so I had to stiff arm her. I had to push her back. Get out of here. But I will say this, bro. I do think we have a legitimate chance. I will say this though, if the Patriots make it, I want it to be against the Bucks. If we play the Rams or the Packers or something, yeah, obviously I'll be excited because the Patriots are in the Super Bowl. But for me, it won't be the same because right now there's a legitimate chance that it could be the Patriots versus the Bucks, and I feel like in terms of storylines, that's it. That writes itself. Yeah. That writes itself.
That would be the most watched Super Bowl.
You got some over there.
That would drive so many views.
Oh my! Not even. I think it shatters records.
Yeah.
I think it shatters records. I'll be honest with you because again, just what they did in the regular season, people were talking about that. Now imagine if you put that on the grandest scale in the NFL, the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
100%. I don't think there's any other way. We can go out. But hold on. But who do you have? You got the Bills or?
I got the Bills and the Rams.
No. I'm talking about tonight. I
got the Patriots.
Oh, that's what I thought. Mike, do me a favor, bro. Tomorrow morning, I want you to tune in, bro. I'm gonna get sloppy because when we win, unless we lose, if we lose, then I expect me to show up. I'll take. I'm sick, so just be prepared for that.
Overslept.
100%. Yeah. That's gonna be the one. I overslept. I had a long night. That's gonna be it. Follow us on Twitter at Prideful Takes. If you guys have any topics you guys want to have us talk about, just feel free. Tag us. Catch us on Facebook at Prideful Takes. Not only we go live there, we putting up memes. We put up updates regarding podcasts, all that stuff. And if you don't have a Facebook, follow us on Prideful Takes. We go live on YouTube, and every episode is there. Visit our website, www.pridefultakes.com. Not only is every single episode of the podcast up there on the website, but we also have original articles. And catch us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, the Prideful Takes podcast. Mike,
speaking of
another
Spotify,
Monday.
Did you do your Spotify wrap up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? When they tell you all the artists you listen to.
No. Well,
do that?
I don't because I don't use Spotify.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't use like that. I prefer Amazon Music because I like listening to a lot of Spanish stuff, and Amazon Music like low key be pulling out gems on me, bro. They be pulling out gems. I listened to it one time, and there were songs I haven't heard on literally a decade. And when I heard that, I was like 100%. I got you. But no, I've been seeing a lot of that stuff. Yeah. So,
that what you was gonna say though?
No, I was just bro. That's really it, bro. We wrapping it up. When the Patriots win, we'll see a very, very hyped up Pride. We'll see that tomorrow morning. But as always, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you, Gritty, and for keeping us company. This has
Appreciate
been
you,
your boy
bro.
Pride. Yes, sir. It's your boy Pride on behalf of Mike. We'll see you on the next one. Be safe.
Knew where that was going. That was a great read. Lillard from the logo. That'll quiet the
2 on the season. 2nd and 1 for the Bills. They handle the rush. Allen looking. End zone.
To Shohei Ohtani. Center field. Let's watch it go.
Did several of those inside low kicks.